one. Bam! We are live here, coming to you live, Phoenix, Arizona, Portland, Oregon, coming to you live, take two with Niner Sharma on ChoochCast here, coming to you. How many times can I say live, dude? I just love it. I love this platform, dude, and I'm ready to get into it with you, man, and seeing what we got going today, man. We have a few things I want to talk to you about, man. We got some baseball news, okay? You know, that's my love, dude. But we got some football news as well. And we have to also get into the Niners draft. We have to finish up with day 2 with the guru, the man who knows all things Niners right there, Niner Sharma. You can see him prettying up his camera, man, to make sure that everyone's looking good, man, when he starts spouting off some knowledge at you, man. So, all right, my friend, dude. How you doing today, man? What's going on up there in Portland? You don't hear me? Let's see here. All right. Let's see what we got here. No, man, I'm fine. I'm good, man. Niner Sharma, you're gonna have to get your stuff together, dude. Let's go. I can hear myself just fine. All right, man. Well, as Niner Sharma gets going here, man, we've had technical difficulties all the time, and I'm not understanding why. Maybe it's just we need to figure out what is going on here. Yeah, I got good. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear. I can't read lips.
Okay, well, I can hear you. Can you hear me? No? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's weird, man. Yes, I'm not. Okay, all right. Try one more thing, man.
Sorry.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem. We'll just keep this going, dude. But we're gonna talk some Niner football. We're gonna see, hey.
On Chooch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. That's why we like to come in a little bit early, man. And but in the meantime, man, we'll try to get Sharma going here. But yes, okay. Let's go back here. Niners draft. We got some NFL news. We got some baseball news. All right. So what we will do right now is talk a little bit about some football. All right. Now I'm down here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was watching their draft. Pretty darn good draft, man. Pretty darn good draft. And we'll talk about that. We'll see if Niner Sharma can get in here right now. Let's see. All right. Niner Sharma, all the way from Portland, Oregon. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm like the worst with this stuff. Nothing works for me.
You are the worst, dude.
I mean, I was on my iPad and I had you, and then all of a sudden the sound went out. I couldn't hear you. I don't know what the heck is going on. So I switched it to my fingers crossed.
All right. Do you hear me now?
I do. Yes.
See, you know what, dude? No sweat, dude. No sweat. Man, it's like playing in the front yard on Bromfield Court, dude. No problem, dude. Is that ball's a little bit over your head? I got you next time, dude. Don't worry about it. All right. Very cool. Okay, man. Well, hey, let's start over, man. I'm happy to get back in the saddle, dude, with the Niner Sharma, dude, talking to all things 49ers. He's a guru. And I say guru because he knows what he's talking about. You got to listen to exactly why he says what he says. It's not all short takes. We don't do that garbage here on ChoochCast. We don't do shock jock. We don't do that. We might make you laugh. Oh, yeah, we'll make you laugh. But at the same time, we'll tell you why we think like that. And we're going to get some in-depth knowledge coming up with Niner Sharma all the way from Portland, Oregon, lifelong San Franciscan fan, lifelong San Francisco Niner how do I say, man? Not just fanatic, but live and die, dude, live and die. No doubt about it, man. Wearing that green and gold starter jacket back in the day, I know you had one.
Not green. Not green.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my God, dude. Whoa, man. I got baseball in the brain, dude. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry. The gold and burgundy, man. So my apologies, man. Wow. Whoa, dude. Okay, we're even now. We are even, dude. Okay. So right on. So yes. So Niner Sharma joins us for take two. How you doing up there in Portland today, my man?
Doing great, man. Everything's good. So,
all right. Very nice.
So I'd love to talk some sports.
Okay, man. All right. Well, let's get to it. Man. Okay. So, hey, here on ChoochCast, man, we don't pull any punches, man. Day one, you loved. Okay.
Yeah.
Day two, what do you think?
They outdid themselves on day two, believe it or not. Not just through the draft, though. You have to add in, of course, the trade for Trent Williams, the left tackle, the 8-time Pro Bowler from the Washington Redskins. I was bummed that Staley retired, but I understand he's wanting to listen to his body. And and that guy was a stalwart for 13 years. Same I mean, how rare is it to be with the same franchise? You know, for that long in these days in any sport. And so not only did they, you know, swing that deal, which the Redskins had said last year they were offered a first-round pick for Trent Williams. And now all they get is a 5th round this year and a 3rd next year, which the Niners will back because they lost Emmanuel Sanders. And so through the compensation picks, they will get a 3rd rounder for him next year. So
wow. Okay. Yeah. Hey, man. I'm gonna tell you, dude. The Niners were busy. They were busy on draft day, dude. And you know what? And what I've noticed with the good teams, man, and the Niners obviously are a damn good team, that they don't sit still. Man. They don't just go, okay, man. We got, you know, they got rid of Brenson Buckner, man. They got rid of freaking Emmanuel Sanders.
Not Brenston.
Well, you know, Brenson and him are cousins, so you know that's DeForest Buckner. Yes.
99, I think.
Yeah. So long story short, the Niners do not sit still. They did not sit still, but you think they outdid themselves day two. Dude, Trent Williams is a house. A house, man. Are you worried about his age at all? Him being in his 30s, 31, something like that?
30. Staley was 35 or 36. So they actually believe, even though I am worried about that, they knocked some years off. I'm worried about his injury history for sure. He's only completed 2 seasons. He's only played 16 games twice in 8 or 9 years. But
oh man, yeah.
The key with that might be that the Redskins have always been out of the playoffs so quickly that guys aren't going to play through injury. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I don't know if that's true, but that's my biggest concern is the injury history. But he actually played with the Shanahans already. So he said he knows this offense in his sleep. So they don't have to worry about bringing him up to speed. I think taking a year off, he'll have some rust for sure, but I think he'll be able to knock that off in preseason. But the wear and tear he saved on his body.
Yes, yeah. I was going to say that, man. You know, all those problems he was having at Washington and saying, I want to be traded and I'm not playing for you guys anymore. And, you know, that whole, you know, Daniel Snyder and the way he runs that organization, man, is absolutely terrible, dude. And, it's interesting to me, you know, thinking of the Redskins real quick, you know, they did get Rivera as their coach and Jack Del Rio as their, so they're going to bring some legitimacy, but you know what, man, it all starts at the top and that guy's a whack job, dude.
I think Rivera is a good coach and I think Del Rio is a good defensive coordinator. However, they still don't have a quarterback that they count on. And it's a rebuild. So we're going to get, you're going to have to give him, Snyder is going to have to give at least 3 years. Will he? I hope so. I mean, you would think this guy would learn. You know, I used to call Jed York the Snyder of the West Coast.
Yeah.
But I feel like at least he's learned from his mistakes. And right now, he's sitting back and he's allowing Lynch and Shanahan to work together as the faces of this franchise. And they look like they know what they're doing. I mean.
Right. Hey, man, you know, and you were one of the biggest biggest critics of Jed York. I know that. Yes.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. I mean, the stuff he was doing, the tweeting, the guaranteeing championships. I mean, dude, that comes from someone who obviously did not play a lot of professional sports, or, you know, obviously you don't put that onus on your players and saying sorry to the fans for our performance. I mean, come on, man, that's ridiculous. So yeah, it was ridiculous. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
I was embarrassed.
It was yes, exactly. I was embarrassing, and you know, I've been through that myself without Davis, dude. And I'm going, oh, dude, no, don't have another press conference. Please don't have another press conference. So, but you know what? But you're right, man. He learned, or someone got in his ear, dude, and just said, one of his family members, one of the owners, just said, "Hey, Jed, you're done. You're done." And this is how you run a team. And you know what? We're going to hire these people and get out of the freaking way. And that's what Dan Snyder needs to do, man. Yeah, definitely.
He does. He's been there for, 20 years.
Yeah,
really
I know. I just
don't. I think that Rivera's in a bad situation, unfortunately. Maybe he's good enough. I mean, he's not a great coach. You know, the word great gets thrown around.
He's not. You're right. You're right.
And or Hall of Famer, you know, oh, this guy's a future Hall of Famer like 3 years in. You know?
Don't get me started on future Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Fame. You know, these things get so much. Rivera is a good, solid coach, and when you're a franchise that needs some kind of stability and professionalism, I think it's a good fit.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Not very high. The ceiling is not high, but I think they just needed some stability. So anyway, the reason that this trade, so the Shanahans and the Snyders, as you know, are at war. So nobody ever thought that the Redskins trade would happen with San Francisco. But
very true. Right.
Shanahan got out of the way, and Lynch is friends with Rivera, and so he was able to make this trade happen. And Trent Williams forced it because the Minnesota Vikings were offering Williams more picks to the Redskins, number one, but they were going to give Williams the contract he wanted with all the money, and he turned that down because he wanted to go to San Francisco.
Wow. Nice.
Here so far, but he's open to doing a deal, so we'll see how it goes.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, he obviously feels comfortable with Shanahan. Shanahan put a good impression on him, man, and he wants to go to SF, man. And you know what, dude? Hey, come on in, man. Take over. I mean, how sweet is it that you lose a guy like, let's talk about Joe Staley for a while. What a cornerstone, man. Yeah. What a freaking cornerstone. What one of the guys that you want on your team. And they're going to miss him a lot, dude. They are going to miss him a lot. There's no doubt about it. The team continuity, the camaraderie. I've been reading some stories about him. And just all around a good guy, but he listened to his body, dude. And I applaud him for that. Definitely.
Yeah. It was wise because his body was breaking down.
Yeah.
And even though he played at a high level last year, he was injured quite a bit. And so you got to commend him. He wants to spend time with his family. He wants to be there for his girl. And he's going to be a huge loss. I mean, not only from his play, he's one of the best tacticians in terms of the left tackle position. He's not an overly huge guy, so he had to use his tactical skills. And tremendous technician, tremendous leader, and just a good guy in the locker room. Mostly healthy, except for this last year throughout his career. I was really hard on him early in his career, and I grew to love him. And just because he was always there and just a solid guy. They're going to miss him tremendously. But you replace a 6-time Pro Bowler with an 8-time Pro Bowler.
Jeez. Wow.
So that's a pretty good – and that's why I say the second day I think they outdid themselves. They made some decent picks on the second day, I think. They got a steal in the 7th round, Juwan Jennings from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Receiver, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So I think overall, I think they improved their team from last year. I think they'll be in the same record, 12-4, 13-3 type in that area, barring injury. Garoppolo's got to play full season again for that to happen. But I think they did themselves well. I think they didn't rest on their laurels, like you said, and said, "Oh, we just made the Super Bowl like the Rams did. We're not going to change anything." And we're, and
then you get. I mean, things happen in life now. Obviously, we're seeing it, but dang, dude, in sports, you get passed up like that. And and it's just, if you don't continue to improve, and I think they know, they got a younger like a younger thought process, right? Lynch hasn't been in that for a while, and he's open to the newer things. Shanahan, of course, runs it. He's the one that puts everything together, the offense and the training and the and just the mentality, man. It's just the younger generation coaches. They got something building special, man. I really do. I think so, man. I do.
Yeah. I mean, Shanahan's got the beauty of he's got his father as as someone that he can look to how he ran his organization, but he's also young and he can relate with the current player. I mean, the guy wears flat hats. He wears flat brimmed hats and Yeezy sneakers and listens to rap.
Yeah.
Guys, I remember when Emmanuel Sanders came in, he was like, man, this coach, he's actually hip, so he's got his dad as someone he's been able to look at his whole year, so he's kind of got the best of both worlds.
Excellent.
So I think they did a great job, not only in the draft and the trade, but they also, every team signs about 10 undrafted free agents after the draft. And they've done a really good job. They've done a great job in finding undrafted free agents. Nick Mullins, their backup QB, Breida. And that's the other thing I forgot. They did Breida,
right? Yeah,
and knocked off about $7 million off their salary cap, and actually got something for it for two guys that probably weren't going to play this year. And so, but on the undrafted free agent, they got a safety from Alabama, Jared Maiden, who was a third or fourth round projected pick, and they got him as an undrafted free agent. So I think that's a huge, and they need safety depth. I think that was a huge pickup from Alabama, played under Saban.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he comes from the SEC, the big. I mean, the SEC dominated the draft, dude. Oh my God. And we talked about the Pac-12. We talked about the Pac-12 last time. And so, they're more and more, they're just going for Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma's, these guys, Penn State's. Penn State. What did I put Penn State in there for? I don't know why I put Penn State in there for. Okay, all right, Big Ten, all right, okay. But the fact is that no, if they got a guy that's like third or fourth round projection as an undrafted free agent, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, man. So no, I think they got. I was going to ask you this when we were talking about Joe Staley real quick. Who would you put him in the same class as? Where would you put him in the class of all-time 49er offensive linemen? In the same class of?
Yeah, he's not a lock Hall of Famer. I think he'll get some vote. He won't make it right away. He'll get some pub for it. He'll be in the when they do the nominees, the 20 or 30 nominees.
Yeah, right.
I think he's on the board making a Hall of Fame. I mean, 13 years in franchise, 6 Pro Bowls. It's a pretty good resume, but I'd put him in the second, not in the top edge of tackles, great ones, like your Anthony Munoz, your
right. No, right.
Guy like that. I'd put him in
Would you compare him here? Would you compare him to a Niner of the past? Like maybe I'm thinking like a Randy Cross. These kind of guys. Where does he sit in Niners lore? How about that?
I think Randy Cross, even though they're different positions, is a good comparison. Guy made several Pro Bowls, was just an amazing leader. Might get to the Hall of Fame, but was in that second defensive lineman. I was getting Harris Barton.
Oh, yeah.
Harris Barton, who nobody talks about, was a spectacular left tackle in the Niners' late early 90s run. And that's kind of who I'd compare him to in Niners lore is Harris Barton. Steve Wallace, maybe not. He's better than Wallace, but Wallace.
I think he's better than
really
Wallace.
Good tackle. I mean, he's a really
outstanding. Yeah. I mean, you can count on him every year, man. He played, dude. I mean, he played a lot, and he was extremely solid technician. He'll maul you too a few times. He'll maul you. Got a little nasty in him too. Got some nasty. So that's pretty cool. But Right on, man. So okay, so I mean, so you got Trent Williams in for Joe Staley. Matt Breida's gone. Okay, now you pick up some wide receivers. You pick up some athletic talent in the first and the second round. You like what they did with the salary cap. You like what they did with their trades. What about other teams in their division? Are you worried more after the draft about another team in the division than you were beforehand?
Well, I think Seattle's always because Russell Wilson is a guy. That's the team that I always worry about. I think Arizona's got a lot better.
Yeah.
I think the Rams a little better, but I think the Rams might have been last place in this division. I think the Cardinals will be the third place. I could see the Cardinals actually beating the Niners one time next year, maybe in Arizona.
Okay.
But Seattle, Russell Wilson's in a class by himself in terms of one guy being able to carry a team on his back. That's right. The Seattle Seahawks are all about one guy, and that's Russell Wilson. And so they're the team that always scares me.
Okay. I love the game.
Last year. So,
Yep.
Are you getting?
You're coming in and out a little bit. And so your internet connection's freezing up a little bit again. So,
man, we were doing so good too.
I know, man. I know. We had this problem last time, man. The fact is I think Arizona is going to be really good, but I think Arizona has a rookie coach.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a problem when it comes to when you're coming down to the end of the game and you're going against Shanahan, you're going against Pete Carroll, and even Sean McVay. They all got freaking a lot of experience, man. And I think Kingsbury is going to blow a few games, but I think they got some serious talent down here in the desert, man. No doubt about it. Yeah.
And they almost beat the 49ers twice last year, even with all that you just said. So, and Kyler Murray like Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think that I think they might even come in, assuming the Niners win the division. But again, Russell Wilson is the guy I always go back to. He's the single guy I worry about most in the NFL as an opponent.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, man. So so we went through day 2, man. You enjoyed it, man. You liked it. You like what they're doing. You feel strong about the team. What happens if there's no football for a little while? Does it hurt them more, or does it hurt everybody? I think we just lost Niner Sharma again. Oh man, we're gonna have to get him going, man. But all right. Well, you know what? ChoochCast is gonna be 27 minutes, so we got 4 minutes to opine. Okay, so that's what we'll do from now on. Do I think there's gonna be football? I don't know. And I say that meaning that I can't imagine, with everything going on and all these cases popping up again, with people relaxing restrictions too early and these populations getting nailed, Georgia with 1,000 new cases now, how are they going to play football? Football is the most physical, demanding, physically impeding game out there, man, as opposed to baseball or football, soccer, badminton, tennis, golf. Golf is not a sport. Golf is not a sport, and I will debate that with anyone who cares to debate me. I'm going to send him an invite again and see if he can get in here. Man, yeah, you know what, man? Hey, what you are seeing to me, okay, is a future podcast that's going to be fantastic. You're seeing the growing pains, so stick with it, okay? These are the little things. The little things. You're going to see. Remember that time when Niner Sharma couldn't couldn't get freaking internet connection, dude. Remember that time that T-Man McBride couldn't get his phone to work, man? You know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, next show, I will be making sure that the connection's already there before we go on. I don't know why this is happening, but anyways, you're in the infancy. You're in the beginning. Hey, and as a serial, I want to call myself a little venture capital kind of guy. Guess what, man? You want to be on the ground floor, okay? You don't want to be here when everyone's already bought it and everyone already knows about it. We're here right now, okay? This is where you want to be, and this is where you are. And we're going to go like this, and we're going to come like this, and we're going to come like this, and we're going to come like this, all right? And then you will see ChoochCast reach those heights. So right now, with the technical difficulties and the fun that we're having, we're right here. But you're venture capitaling, okay? This is called venture capital. Stick with it, and then watch it grow. And you got in here, okay? Because we're right here right now. See if I can do it right. There you go. And then we're going to go bump, 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 bump. And then when everyone is cheering us, man, hanging out with us, wanting to hang with us here, I'll remember you right here. Because that's who I am. That's my soul. That is me. I remember who went through the trenches with me. All right? So very cool. All right. Well, hey, ChoochCasters, man. It's coming up on 27 minutes. Sorry we had technical difficulties with Niner Sharma, but I appreciate the time. Let me know, like, when is a good time for everybody, man. I'm thinking like 10 in the morning or 4 at night. We'll figure it out. But in the meantime, man, coming up, we're going to have a baseball guy on here next week. ChoochCast coming to you live from Phoenix. Hang out with us. We're at the ground floor. Stick with us. Chooch is out.